Hey my darlings, it's DarlingDTarot bringing you another pick a card reading. So for today we are going to be asking the question, what are you not expecting? What is the universe going to be handing to you soon that you just are not even anticipating? So yeah, we have three beautiful piles here. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. You can choose based off of the energy of the pile, the way it looks, or you can choose the little brooch that is in front of it. For the first pile, we have this beautiful gold rose. For this second pile, we have this beautiful silver and aquamarine little flower. And then this little silver number for number 3. But yeah, you can choose based off any of these things, based off the flower or based off of the pile. It is completely up to you, or even the number. You don't even have to choose just one. If you feel drawn to 2 of them or all 3, you can go with all of them if you even want. It's whatever you feel intuitively drawn to and whatever you feel like your soul connects with. Also, I want to say that if you do not resonate with the reading, feel more than welcome to go back and to pick another stack. That is completely fine. This is a general reading. This does go out to a lot of people, so it isn't going to resonate or be like completely, on the point for everyone. So yeah, but keep that in mind. And yeah, let's take a deep breath in. Let's hold it. And release. And with that, I will give you a few seconds to choose, and then I will see you at your pick. Bye. Hello to everyone who picked stack 1. Let's get right into this and see, what are you not expecting? So for your first card, we have your Wise Fool Tarot card, and we have the 10 of Diamonds. And this is, traditionally, this would be the 10 of Pentacles. This is an awesome card because it talks about how this couple has created this life together. They're in a safe haven. They have everything that they could potentially need within one another, within themselves, and within this little sanctuary that they've fenced off from the outside world. So there's 2 possibilities here. For some of you, there might be a small percentage that finds out that they're pregnant, or yeah, they're finding out that maybe that they're expecting. But for others, it's kind of, you're going to be stumbling upon something. Maybe you are taking up a hobby or a new career that's really going to create and manifest abundance. It's going to be shocking even. You're going to be like, where did this come from? How did I manage to attract all this? But it's because you are so good at what you do, and it's because you are putting love into everything that you do. When we put love into a project or a passion, and we're not really worried about what's going to happen or about, the way that people judge us or perceive us, when we're just worried about us and that thing that we're nurturing, that's all that matters, and that's what pays off. You know what I'm saying? Like, one day this baby will be fully grown, and maybe at the end of the day people can say, yeah, people are one speck of dust on the earth, but to this mother and to this father, this child was worth more than anything in life. And that's to say about your hobbies and your passions, even things like that. They might mean the absolute world to you, and others might not understand that. That's why you have to create this fence for yourself, but it's going to attract a lot of abundance for yourself. And I think that it might be something that comes on so suddenly and it's so unexpected that you're a little taken back by it. And at times you might want to shut yourself out from it, and that's completely normal. But keep yourself balanced and know that you deserve this, with all the nurturing and and the love and the care that you put into this, and you put into this hobby, this career, even into if you have an actual baby on the way. This will all pay off. This will all be worthwhile. This will all be a beautiful investment. And it might not even be financial. This might even just be you're content, you're happy, you're just at peace, and that is worth more than anything in the world. You can't buy that with money. So yeah, the comfort that you can find in others, and in your hobbies and in your passions, it all comes full circle, especially when you're putting in a lot of work. Like if you're putting in a lot of work recently, if you've been someone who's been putting in more hours, or, maybe you've just been really trying to manifest something, it's coming. It's coming. You're going to be feeling pretty good. You're going to be feeling very abundant and just good. But with this card, there has to be said that when you are so abundant, or not even abundant, but when you're feeling so good and you're just at the top of the mountain, it can get a little boring. It can get a little dull because you're like, ugh, it's the same thing every single day, potentially. Or, oh, it's so secure. It's so safe that there's not any kind of variety here. They're pretty closed off in here. They have the same amount of space here that, it won't get any bigger. So it can feel a little, like entrapment at times, the success. And that's, I also want to bring in, that might be, in part why celebrities feel a little bit pressured at times too, because they have all this success, they have all this wealth, but their circle has become even smaller. They have to protect themselves from the outside world. Their circle has become smaller. They have to value the close inner circle relationships that they have, or the hobbies that they have, the films that they make, what have you. So consider yourself like that. Consider yourself a celebrity. Pretty much with the 10 of diamonds. I mean, might as well. But yeah, you'll be at the end of a cycle even too. You'll be very much just ready to start over and start fresh and be abundant and just wow. So on to your next cards. We have the Hobbit cards, and they are the Fool and Temperance. Now, these are amazing because this definitely talks about, with the Fool, it's all about starting a new beginning. So you might be either having a baby, definitely, new beginning, new life, and it's going to take time, or, you're starting a new business endeavor, you're starting a new hobby, you're starting a new passion that you're going to feel really, really good about. Maybe you're taking up a career in needle felting or something along those lines even. You just pick it up one day and you're like, hey, this is fun. Maybe I'll do this more. But definitely this is saying that whatever this is that you're going to embark on, whether this be a new relationship or whether this be a new career, I think that this is definitely going to be financial. Those who pick this pile are definitely going to be receiving a lot of financial recognition, in a sense, for all your hard work. It's going to take time because there's going to still be little battles that you have to fight here and there. It's going to be a long journey, and it's going to be a little bit of a perilous one. But if you can stick it out and you can really balance yourself and find the patience and the balance to go through this, you're really going to be thanking yourself later for having gone through this journey. This is something that is going to bring you a lot of stability and a lot of happiness. This is definitely something worthwhile. This is something that is definitely, you should think about pursuing if you get an inkling towards what it is. This doesn't even have to be now. This can be a week from now, 5 weeks from now, a year from now. But, there's definitely going to be a time where maybe someone says, hey, you want to go to beauty school and be a hairstylist? And you'll be like, well, maybe. maybe. And so you consider it, and then you decide, okay, well, I'm going to leave the Shire for a little bit, and I'll see where I go, where it takes me, and that's that, but have patience. It might be a long road to get here even, but it's going to get there. Have patience. So for your next two cards, we have the King of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Now, these are animal energies, and these two cards represent what your guides want you to take into account and how they want you to act when this situation arises or when this comes to fruition. They want you to understand that you're very lucky and that the times are changing, the times are turning. They're always ticking and moving, and we're always just going forward in time. And with that brings new opportunities. It brings new moments in life to seize the day and to make it our own. It's almost like the universe is telling you to be your own architect, because they're telling you that you're very lucky, you're very blessed, you're going to be very abundant, very fortunate, and just be all around lucky. But the King of Cups, he can be a little bit, it almost reminds me of this 10 of Diamonds in a sense, because this King of Cups, this beaver is an architect. He's so smart, he can build dams, he can build all these cool structures, but he tends to be a little stuck. While he's very emotional and, not in a bad sense, in a very healthy sense, but he tends to kind of think to himself and spend time to himself, and because of the fact that he's so good at building as well, he can manipulate situations into continuing to stay a little boring or a little bit, mundane, which is what this card is. It's having so much of a good thing that it's a little boring, that it's almost like, ugh, can we have a little change? It's like eating oranges one day and someone finally being like, hey, you want a grape? But, also have variety. When you achieve this, don't keep yourself in this energy too long. Keep yourself in this energy of, I'm lucky, I can achieve anything, I can go anywhere, I can do anything, I can experience all kinds of new experiences, things like that. You don't want to get stuck in making things a little bored, in that sense. You don't want to also manipulate a situation to where it stays that way. Have patience and make sure that you're very clear with yourself, clear with your emotions, and know what it is that you want deep down. Especially like if this is career, know what it is that you want and where you want to be before you bring in another partner even. For some of you, that's for a very select few of you, but for some of you, I think that you struggle with the idea of being abundant. You feel like there's a little bit of a lack because of in the past, maybe you haven't had as much as other people. Maybe you have experienced times where nowadays you almost feel like you want to hold on to any kind of wealth that you have, which makes me think of this beaver. He holds on to all of this wood, making this big structure, making this big just dam. And make sure that you have variety enough to still go out on adventures as well when you achieve this. Don't stay stuck in your house. It's kind of like being a millionaire and then just staying in all day, and it's like, well, go mini golfing or something. Use it towards something like that. Go llama hiking even. Take those llamas for a hike. Honestly. So, but seriously, know that you are a very abundant being and you are very, very lucky. Even if you don't see it that way, even if at times it's very hard, circumstances might be very, very tough. You are very loved. People look at you and they're inspired and they think, wow, they have all their stuff together. They are very put together. They are very just wow. They might see you as even someone who's very well dressed, But that's beside the point. I'm just saying, you're a very amazing person. And I think that you need to really grasp that. And once you do, I think that sky's the limit. So, on to your next two cards. These are going to be what's going to happen, when this finally shows up, when, you take the chance and put the time in and this comes to fruition. What's going to happen? So we have the Wheel of Fortune again. And the Ace of Cups. So this is definitely a divine thing. This is a divine change. This is definitely a change that is meant for you. This is probably in your life path. This is going to be a definite career change that is going to be very significant in your life. It could also be that this is a time for you to gather knowledge. This is a time for you to experience new things so that you can have one more thing, like knowledge in your thought bank, I guess, if that makes sense. Kind of like the beaver, putting one more piece of wood inside of the dam. It could be that this is another piece of wood to put inside your dam, but it's the finishing one, and you can sit back finally and be like, wow, it's only taken 60 trees, but I've done it. But, and you're going to be feeling really good. You're going to, like I said, you're going to be sitting back and being like, you can breathe a sigh of relief. You're going to be feeling good. You're going to be feeling abundant. You're going to be feeling like sky's the limit. Do you see how this cup is just overflowing? You're going to be receiving messages of just good times, good fortune, good luck. This is just going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. You're going to be feeling so emotionally happy, so emotionally steady, so just good. But you're definitely going to feel like you have an abundant amount of resources, that resources just aren't even a problem anymore, that, the time has come for you to fully understand that you can have whatever it is you want, and that you are a very good person at manifesting as well. You're very smart and you're very resourceful, and the universe really commends you for that. They understand that, and they understand how much you do, on a daily basis, and especially in this situation, they understand all of that. So the time has come where they're rewarding you with this, and it might take a little bit of work. It might take a little bit of time. It might be a little bit of an effort, but it's going to be worth it. You're going to be so happy that you did this, that it's not even going to be funny, and with this last card, this is the overall outcome, and we have the Three of Pentacles. This is interesting because we have, so 3 is the mind, the body, and the spirit, but it's also manifestations. So, but if we look at this, we also have 3 in this family. So that might be significant for some people, maybe you are 3 people, like that little family there. But it could also just be that you are manifesting this into your life. You're trying to manifest a good job or a good career or some way to bring financial stability into your life. And this is it. You might even, people that your friends, your family, your loved ones, they're going to help you with this. Maybe that's why this card is here as well. Your family members might be saying, hey, here's this job, here's this opportunity. We think that it might be really good for you. Make sure to cooperate with people and to really have a sense of teamwork and understanding during this time and while you do this, especially like helping people that have a little less than you, because you're going to be doing so good during this and after this, that people are going to be like looking like you are now, like where they're like, oh, how am I going to get to where I want to get? And you're going to be that person who comes in and you pick up that side of the basket and you smirk at them and you're like, hey, honey, you need help? And they're like, yes, please, ma'am. And yeah, it's going to be pretty rad. So but you're really going to swoop in and help people and really return the favor and help people manifest their dreams too. And that might be how you get your start, is someone helps you manifest it. So you're going to really return the favor then. But make sure not to brag to people too much as well. It can be really tempting, especially when you're really excited, especially if you haven't had too much. But I'm saying like brag to the point where maybe you're saying it just to like flex on people. Don't do that. If you're doing it just to be petty or spiteful or what have you, don't do it. Just stay quiet, especially if you see people that are struggling or trying to do the same thing as you or what have you. Don't brag about it, or like don't say like mean comments, like snide remarks. That's just childish stuff. I mean, you could if you want. It's at the end of the day, there's free will, but I don't know. Just leave it. Your Ace of Cups is coming up very, very, very soon. My table is so creaky. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it just keeps going, oop, oop. But yeah, so definitely this change is coming, and it's coming soon. It's coming quick, and it's going to be something that, bam, like maybe a job offer, and then you get it, and then it takes a while, but hey, it all pays out. You're going to be getting this Ace of Cups, which honestly, can you ask for more, as well as with this 10 of Diamonds? Honestly, this was probably the shortest stack among the three. So it is very interesting, very short and sweet. I love it. Wow. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, make sure to comment down below and leave a like. Also subscribe if you have not already, so you can be updated every time that I post a new video. And yeah, I also wanted to say that my sister does also readings on here on YouTube. I will put her link in my comments down below on my timestamp comment thing, and yeah, maybe you can go and look at her stuff. She is an incredible reader. She is so beautiful and so awesome. I know you guys will love her just as much as I do, and yeah, so please go check out her channel. She is amazing. And yeah, I am going to be updating my Etsy still, and yeah, definitely make sure to check that out if you want a personalized reading, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye! Hello to everyone who picked stack 2. Let's get right into your reading and see what it is that you are not expecting that the universe is going to be giving to you. So, for your first card, we have your Wise Fool Tarot card, and this is the Six of Hearts. Now, traditionally, this would be the Six of Cups in Tarot. So this card is all about, old connections, reconciliation. Do you see how the fact that they are by these two walls and there's this corner there, if they just walked right around the corner and talked to each other, everything would be solved. They wouldn't be standing there silent. They wouldn't not be talking to each other. They wouldn't have this weird awkwardness or uncomfortable feeling between the two of them. In a sense, we see this woman and she has this full bouquet of roses, and it's like she's been taking care of these roses. She's been preparing. She's been mentally preparing for the day that maybe he'll come back and he'll say to her, hey, I've missed you. I want to reconnect with you. I want to be a part of your life again. She's been really taking care of herself and taking care of the offering that she's going to give him. Himself, he has spent so much time waiting, but what has been accomplished in a sense, he just doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to do. He's waited so long right there, just thinking, how am I going to go around that corner and apologize to her? How am I going to make this right? What am I going to do? That the flowers have died and he doesn't even notice it. But in a sense as well, they're also very beautiful. In a sense, she can nurse them back to health, because she has that green thumb. They balance each other out very, very well. So this could be an old connection, maybe someone that you've been thinking about. It doesn't have to be, but the feeling is probably very, very mutual at this point with you picking this pile. It could be that they miss you a lot very much too. But they're just a little bit worried about reaching out to you. Maybe they're worried that you're going to be mad. Maybe they're worried you're going to reject their flowers. Maybe you're going to say, I never liked purple flowers anyway, Franklin. And you're going to throw them on the ground. And he's going to be like, I spent the last 30 years standing here trying to figure out what to say to you. And okay. So that's kind of the fear for them. Is like just being rejected, I suppose, and you sitting pretty and not having to worry about it. Now, definitely this feels like there's going to be some form of reconciliation, especially like if you have an ex that maybe you have unfinished business with as well, that you still have feelings for, that you want to come back. This doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This could also be a friendship that meant a whole lot to you, that really meant the entire world. But you're trying to manifest this back into reality, and if you aren't, this person definitely is. They miss you terribly. I see it right now. They genuinely want to reach out to you. They want to understand. They want to, almost apologize for what's been going on in the past. But they don't know how. Maybe they want to give you flowers. Maybe they want to just say, hey, I'm sorry. And maybe that's all you want. You're like, come on, Dave, just apologize. And, it's not that hard. But for them, it's one of the hardest things ever to admit, like, hey, I'm sorry. I genuinely flubbed up and it's my bad, So you have to take it in stride here, especially. But this might be someone who, they left you in the past, or you left them. Maybe you walked away even because they took too long. But, this could even be someone that you never even dated. You just had like a fling with or whatever, and you really, really liked and admired, but it just never went anywhere. Maybe this person was also someone who ghosted you. You know what I'm saying? So it could be any of these situations. Let's get into the next two cards and see what's going on. So for these cards, these are the Hobbit cards, by the way. We have the Lovers and the Moon. So yeah, definitely this could have been a romantic relationship that didn't maybe end too well. It could be that you guys are in separation if you guys are twin flames, or this could just be a very, very deep soulmate connection as well. Regardless, there is a spiritual connection here, and this does mean a lot to the both of you. I see this card as genuinely two people who want to have a family, who want to have a house, and everything just laid out in front of them. But something happened. There's this wedge in between you. It's almost like reconciliation is right around the corner, but someone just doesn't want to budge. It's just the two of you are just standing there like, I'll just wait for the other. But, someone is going to. I think it's going to be the other person. The person watching this video, I think they're going to reach out and contact you, whether that be sending you flowers or just writing to you online on social media, or maybe you blocked them on social media. So they're like, how do I even contact them? And they're like, sending them stuff in the mail might be weird. But maybe you're like, come up with a way, be creative, send me smoke signals if you have to. It's not that hard, Dan. And, so it's almost like you guys are trying to manifest this, or someone is, but there's definitely a spiritual connection here. It might be that maybe one of you was emotionally withdrawn. It could be them, since they're taking so long, I'm feeling for this particular situation. I feel like it might be them. It could be that maybe you had to walk away as well, or, just one of you walked away because one of you was denying their feelings. It could be this person that you're dealing with just wasn't being truthful with themselves, and the situation it wasn't being illuminated. Maybe things weren't being understood. It was almost like you were going to them and you were saying like, hey, can I understand you? Or like, are we on the same page here? What's going on? And they're just staring off into the distance at the grass, and they're like, well, I don't know. I'll get back to you later on that. And you're just like, really? Really? But it's like you really, really tried to get through to them. You really did try to understand them. You really did, but they decided as soon as they entered your life that they were going to be guarded and closed off because that's how they are with people. I think it's hard for them to express themselves and express the way that they feel. It's hard for them to own up to mistakes as well. They might have kind of a big ego. It might be hard for them to swallow their pride in a sense and get over that in order to help things or in order to help the greater good. And it could just be that they feel very embarrassed as well. Almost remorseful, like, why didn't I realize this sooner or what have you? But it could be that even people around them notice, like, hey, you obviously like them. And they're like, no, I like this thing more. And they like secluded themselves. They, like I said, they could have ghosted you. This could have been someone who just suddenly became a memory. And you were like, what's going on here? Like, why is it that suddenly you're literally just a picture that happened in my life like a year ago and bam, you know what I mean? Like, so honestly, I think, yeah. So let's get into your next two cards and see basically what your guides want you to take into account, like what kind of energies they want you to embody when this situation does arise. So these are your animal guide, or not animal guide, your animal energy cards. And we have the 4 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. Now, this is the thing. Here it is, is with the 4 of Pentacles, I almost feel like there's 2 meanings here. In a sense, I feel like your guides are telling you to not give everything away. If this person comes back with an apology, yes, accept it graciously, and decide what you want to do. It is completely your decision, your free will from then on out, but make sure to be really sparing with your emotions and with your feelings and your thoughts before you know that they can be trusted and let in again. Because I feel like maybe in a sense, you don't want to lay it on too strong. Like, oh, I've missed you too so much, and I've cried over you every day, and I named all my sea monkeys after you and your dogs, and, don't do that. That'd be weird. But, yeah, definitely you can indulge in it and say, like, I missed you too, but don't feel like you need to just come out and say every single thing that's gone on in your life, especially if they have ghosted you, if they haven't been in your life. Don't feel like you have to, bend over backwards and be like, oh, yeah, last Friday night at 10:20 p.m., I made myself some brownies, and then the night after that, I showered, and I brushed my teeth in the shower, and, no. Don't let them in on too much, at first. Until you can really feel them out and feel out the situation, and really give it a chance, if you want to. Definitely go for it. Keep an open mind, though. Be happy. Just be happy. Be proud of where you are, and be proud of the fact that, it's kind of nice that this person would even be considering to come back and apologize to you, because I feel like this person isn't that kind of person. If this was with anyone else, I don't think that they would be putting in the effort, but they feel something really, really special with you, something very profound that probably they didn't feel before, and it really scared them. It made them feel very different, I mean, if we were to really look at this card, we have him sitting there like, he used to be a hobbit, but now he's like scary Gollum, and he eats fish out of the pond, So maybe that's how his feelings or her feelings or whoever's feelings, that's how that made them feel. It made them feel a little icky and different and just not normal, so really understand them, but, feel proud of yourself too, because you've changed a lot since the last time that you were together or the last time that you've interacted. You have really metamorphosized and made your life into what you want as well. I think that you've taken the time to really just water the flowers of your mind and of your life and just really let them flourish. I think that you're doing a lot better. You're doing really good. I also feel like for some of you, with the pentacles here, you see how with this pentacle here that's all crushed and broken, there's a little sprout that's coming up from the soil. It's almost as if, you're trying to pack your feelings down because this person has come in and completely wrecked you in the past. Like, it's all ogre now. You're just like, what the heck is happening, And so you're trying to pack these feelings down, and you're packing them in, and wow, there's a sprout growing through it, and it's breaking all of your pentacles. It's breaking all of your walls and your defenses, and the feelings are coming out, and you're like, what is this? So it might be that you guys come together again, and it's going to be very victorious. It's going to be very, something that you're very proud about. And it's, look at these sixes. Oh my gosh. So it's going to definitely be something that you've been manifesting, they've been manifesting, that maybe the two of you are just really going to come together in this, and it's going to be beautiful. You're both going to be feeling like winners, and especially you, because I feel like in a sense you're going to be feeling just really good that they'd even apologize, to be honest. I think that your guides are saying feel victorious in the fact that they even apologize, regardless of if you ever want to date them again, if you want to marry them, if you want to just tell them, hey, forget my number, toss my stuff in the trash, to forget my face. It's completely up to you, but you should feel victorious in the fact that they even are considering apologizing, and the fact that they are going to apologize. Accept the apology even, and, with a smile and a thank you, and continue on even if you don't want anything to do with them, but I think that's wonderful. If this is a toxic person, though, let me just say before we get into the rest of the cards, if this is a toxic person that was in your life, don't feel like you need to talk to them, okay? This isn't for toxic energies or anything like that. Like, toxic isn't like, like mentally abusive or anything like that. Let me just put that out there. You guys deserve the absolute best. And when you come to me and you say that you're in a bad relationship, or you're describing a bad relationship, I'm going to tell you straight up as well, you guys are absolute beautiful beings, probably the most beautiful people I've ever had the pleasure of talking to, literally online. I'm just so blessed to be able to talk to you guys. And so you guys need to know that you are so beautiful, and you are literally, look at this. You are this award-winning flower wreath, okay? And it's like sometimes bumblebees come and they take your pollen, and they take too much of your pollen sometimes, and you're like, okay, what the heck? But, it's just, think about it, love is like pollen. Love can never be taken to its fullest extent. Love will always continue to be there, and it will pollinate other flowers, and love will continue to be love forever and ever and ever, and it's an infinite cycle, and it'll always be returned to you in the end, regardless of if it's in the form of this person or not, or it's always infinite, and even within yourself. But you are like these flowers, so delicate, so beautiful, so intricate. There are so many factors that go into each and every single different flower. One flower might really like warm temperatures, and another flower is really, really good in the colder climates, so it's all, everyone's like flowers, and if there's a bad flower in there going around and strangling these little pretties, you take that bad weed out, or that bad flower, and you put it by itself, or you put it to the side, and you keep these safe with the ones that all get along. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry for the little rant, but I feel like someone needed that. But yeah, if you're in a bad situation, definitely, you can do phenomenal, but, okay. Yeah. So, but I feel like you're going to be feeling very victorious over this. So, yeah, let's get in. Sorry again for the rant. Sometimes I just get so passionate about it because I love you guys so much. I'm like, oh, man. Yeah, some of you guys are treated so bad too by some people. Like, I know that struggle. Everyone has had, I think, those partners that are just really brutal. And yeah, I don't know. I'm sending love to each and every one of you. And, especially people in tougher situations, I'm always here for you guys. If you ever need to talk, my DMs are always open, especially on my Etsy. If you ever need a friend, I'm here. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to get back to the reading now. And so this next bit is going to be basically what's going to happen when this person comes back into your life. And so we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Moon again. So earlier when I was shuffling these three popped out and I was like, what does this mean? Because I didn't look at the rest of the cards. I was like, what the heck? So I drew 3 clarifiers. So yeah, and I put them with them. So we also have the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Swords in reverse, and the Six of Swords. So, wow, right off the bat, it's almost like for sure they almost want to, it's almost like the struggle is going to end. The constant balancing, the constant trying to struggle many different things, and it being kind of a hassle. You see how stressed he looks? And there's like a storm off into the distance, and it's like ruining these boat people's day, and he's just trying to mind his own business and do his little dance while he juggles. But it's a tough day. It's a hard day at work, you guys. And so in reverse, it's really like you're going to get a hang of it. It's going to be a little easier. It isn't going to be as hard to manage. It could be that there's balance achieved here, that between the two of you, there's an understanding. The two of you come to an acceptance and, almost like a truce with each other, because that's what they want. It's almost like they want to come back to you and almost have the boards like even, and just everyone's happy again. They don't want it to be turmoil. They don't want it to be this like constant, oh my gosh, trying to juggle the feelings with everything else that's going on. Like, I don't know. They're done juggling. They're done denying their emotions, for one. Especially with this moon here. I think that they're ready, because the moon, I did clarification on that especially for these, because I was like, because I love seeing the moon. But definitely, like, I'm seeing that this could definitely be a water sign, or it could be a air sign, or maybe you are. So yeah, they're definitely, it's almost like they want to offer you a stable new beginning, because they weren't able to offer you that in the past. In the past, it was always a struggle, and it might have even been that they struggled between, not even just accepting their emotions, but with maybe their work and with love, with the idea of starting a stable commitment with you in order, like, and then like also having their job, like maybe having a marriage with you in the future, and also having a full-time career was really stressful to them as well. The idea just made them like their palms sweaty, and they just didn't want to do it, but now they're ready. They want to offer you this new, stable beginning. They want to offer you all kinds of good stuff. They're saying, hey, I know that there's a spiritual connection here. I know that things in the past haven't been fully illuminated, but I want us to achieve some form of balance here. I want us to be on the same page, because I know that we are. Like, I see you in my dreams, and I know that you might see me in your dreams as well. That's what they're kind of coming through with this. But what's gonna happen as well, is I think that maybe when they come back, it's gonna really show that you guys have a very, very deep connection. But it's almost like Because look at this. It's almost like in the past, someone left because someone wasn't being truthful to themselves about their feelings, and someone wasn't being forthcoming, with their feelings. Someone was being very closed off, and someone was keeping that cup for themselves. Like, this night in reverse is just all about drinking that cup and watching you on the desert floor just basically starve of thirst. Dehydration. Wow. Okay, so but yeah, so they honestly, they aren't being forthcoming with their feelings. They aren't, being truthful with themselves. They aren't being truthful with the people around them. And, they probably aren't being truthful with you at this point, but, maybe you or them had to just completely move away. It could be that you even did it, that you ghosted them, or you moved away because you were just like, well, obviously, if you don't want to be truthful about this, if you don't want to be like, if you don't want to throw me a bone here and let me know what's going on, I won't ever know. So it's kind of like, they moved on, but it's also, if you'll accept their apology, it's almost like they want to move on from this. It's almost like they don't want to be in this energy anymore. It's like they've matured. It's almost like the time that they've spent apart, they've really realized with the moon here now is, oh man, I really messed up. I should have been with them. I don't know why I thought that it was so much of a struggle or so much of a balance, because it flowed with them. It wasn't a struggle. I don't feel like this is someone who went and strayed with another relationship at all, because I don't see it with any of the other cards. I definitely see this as someone who put a lot of effort into their work and potentially even their home life. Maybe even their mental stability. And, this was someone who maybe was even like, I'm better off alone. I can do everything better alone and by myself. And when they finally achieved that, it was kind of like, oh no, what did I do? And yeah. So it was almost like they really regretted it, and they've been thinking, like, how do I come forward to them? How do I offer them my pinnacle? How do I just come forward and be with them? It might really stress them out. It might be something that they've cried over. It might be something that they've just really, really felt guilty about. But they're going to come forward and they're going to say to you, like, hey, I've thought about this a lot. Like, they've done a lot of thinking, and a lot of spirit searching and, healing themselves, a lot of work. They've really been putting in the effort here, because they don't want to mess this up again, in a sense. So, yeah, let's move on to your last card, which is the outcome card, and is the Queen of Wands. And this card is all about inspiration. And this basically talks about how, if you guys do come together, I feel like this is going to be a union that really inspires the two of you to be better. Almost like, the two of you really just want to make each other better people, and you want to grow for each other, and you want to grow for yourselves. You want to grow for yourselves, but you also want to grow together and see the improvement. And it's almost like you guys are the catalyst for each other. It's, or when you're making slime, you put borax in as the last finishing agent to make it like slime. I feel like that is the two of you, the two of you together is creative, it's imaginative. You guys can move mountains. You guys could do anything you really want. You guys really inspire each other. It could be maybe you guys are very creative as well, and you guys can just bounce ideas back and forth off of each other. You guys are very, very passionate as well. I feel like this might be a relationship that has a lot of passion, that has a lot of feelings and emotions, and that's why it's been so charged up and so, maybe a little hard to get over as well. Maybe you could never fully get over this person, If this is someone from your past, like way past even. But this is definitely someone coming through who wants to apologize, who wants to say, hey, you inspire me, and you inspire me to be a better person. You inspire me to do better every single day. You inspire me to come forward and feel love and feel what it's like to be loved. And they really appreciate you, and they really appreciate everything that you've done. Yeah, I don't know. I wish you guys the best, though. Definitely let me know in the comments, like, if this resonated, what's going on, like, in your situation, like, if this matched. But yeah, that's wonderful. It's definitely up to you at the end of the day as to if you decide to get back together with this person, if you decide to take that pentacle from that hand. It is completely up to you. You have free will. But make sure that it's something that you also think over, and it's not something that you just jump into, blindly or whatever. Make sure that if there was communication issues in the past, make sure that you set boundaries when you get back together. Like, maybe they'll say, hey, can we get back together? And you can say, yes, but we need to make healthy boundaries for our relationship in terms of when you're having an off day, you tell me, you are open about, when you're feeling sad, or, just if you're angry or anything like that, you talk to me. You don't shut me out. You don't do anything like that. This could also be, just make healthy boundaries for the two of you that make sense and that fit. But other than that, I wish you guys all the best, and I will see you in my next pick a card reading. I hope that you enjoyed this. Make sure to leave a thumbs up and a comment down below if you enjoyed this. Also, make sure to subscribe if you have not already so you can stay tuned for when I post my next videos. Also, my beautiful, amazing sister, Divine Destiny Tarot, here on YouTube is making like the most amazing videos ever, and she is the most gifted tarot reader. So I'm going to be putting her link down in my comment down below for the time frames. And yeah, so maybe please check her out as well. I know that you guys will love her just as much as I do. She is amazing. But yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful day. If you want a personal reading, of course, check out my Etsy. That is also linked down below in my description. But yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye! Hello to everyone who picked stack 3. Let's get right into your reading and see what are you not expecting and what is the universe going to be bringing you. So for your card, we have number 18, the moon. Now this is an awesome card, and this is all because, it talks about self-reflection and relying on your intuition to bring you answers. If we were to really look at this card, we would see this lady squatting on the moon, and while everyone else is sleeping, she has her umbrella and it's raining, she's cold, but she's bundled up and she's looking down at the earth below her, and she's seeing how small her problems really are in the grand scheme of things. In a sense, she's realizing solutions, she's realizing, answers to her prayers. She's realizing how to take care of herself. If we were to add these two up, we have 8 and 1, that would be 9, and that's a number of going inwards. That's a number of isolation, not really isolation, but being alone, being solitude, so that you can have that time of reflection and that time of inner knowingness. And this is, notice how her umbrella is yellow, which means that even though it's raining and it's sad and everything else, it's hope. She has hope protecting her all the time. But if we were to really stand on the moon and look at the earth, we would notice how small everything really is. You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of the universe, how large everything can really be. And, it's almost like she really self-reflects, and it's almost like what you are not expecting is a solution to your problems. Maybe there's been a problem that's been plaguing you for quite some time, and you really just don't know how to go about solving it. It's been really bugging you, and this could be maybe a hardship with a friend. Maybe you got into a quarrel with a friend. Maybe you got into like a fight with a loved one, or, a family member, or maybe it had something to do with university or something along those lines. Maybe something happened, or, you're struggling to get the bills paid, but you're coming up with solutions like, oh, well, maybe I'll, do this, or I'll go back to school, or, I'll take up a new passion or a side job or what have you. And for some of you, you might even be taking up tarot or, divination or anything like that, even, for as a side job. But I think that would be a really wonderful career for you. We need more psychics in the world. Let's just make the whole world like completely enlightened and everyone's reading tarot. Oh, that'd be awesome. But yeah, I think that, definitely, it's going to be a solution to a problem that's kept you up at night. While everyone else is sleeping, you're kind of there, like, thinking about this and worrying about it and thinking, like, is this going to be solved? Is this going to be something that can be resolved? And definitely it's a resounding yes, it is going to be resolved. It's going to take a little bit of, creativity on your part as well, though. It's going to take some effort, and it's going to take you using your intuition and really trusting your gut, because this might be a situation where everything is a little bit in the dark. You just have enough light from the moon to like guide your way, but everything else is just dark. So you have to really feel things out with your intuition and with the way that you're feeling. If you're feeling in your stomach like, hey, I need to go do this, if you've been having a thought pop up over and over and over again for weeks or months, definitely pursue it. Why not? It's definitely more knowledge, especially if you're going back to school, if you're considering that, and it's more knowledge if you're considering a new career path. Every situation is a potential for a new lesson and new growth. So yeah, but I definitely think that this year you're going to be doing a lot better, and you're going to be relying on yourself a lot more. You're going to be relying on your intuition a lot more as well. So onwards, we have, these are my Hobbit cards, and they are the Knight of Coins and the Seven of Wands in reverse. So it's almost like, you're finally realizing what exactly it is that you want. Because look, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So you're getting rid of your problems. Maybe in the past you've really hesitated because you haven't known how to go about this. You didn't know how to solve your problems. You didn't know how to take care of any of this. But it's almost like now you're being given the opportunity to fix this. Maybe it's going to be a new job, or, a new course, or something is going to really, a new relationship, anything, it's going to help. It's going to be your bow in this situation. So definitely, that's going to be what fixes all your problems, is not putting this on the back burner anymore. This could have even been a problem that maybe you were putting off dealing with, kind of like, oh, the dishwasher's kind of broken, but I'm just going to leave it there for a while, that kind of a thing. But, now you're focusing on it because you're realizing with your intuition that you know what to do. You know deep down what to do. It could be even that maybe at work your boss is like, hey, I want you to do some big presentation. Make it work. And you're like, well, what do you want me to do the presentation on? And they hand you like just a box full of props, and they're like, well, pick. And you're like, well, how am I supposed to know what the absolute most, that kind of a vibe. And so it's almost like you had to feel your way in the dark and just kind of blindly pick and, just go based off of your intuition and your best judgment. And that is what is going to save you. When you face these problems head on, that seem like they don't make sense, that seem like they're a little in the dark, you're going to emerge victorious. And a lot of people are going to give you recognition for this. This is going to be something that people really appreciate you for, and they're going to look up to you. They're going to really respect you for this as well. This is going to be it could be quite an undertaking in a way as well. But you're going to be feeling very good, and you're going to feel like you can accomplish anything. Like you can just like shoot your arrow and it's going to hit on the first shot, and that's that. You are on point. You are on the mark. If you have, like I said, if you have an idea or something like that you are really like fond of, if something's saying like go apply down the street for a job at the local bank or whatever, go towards that. That's really going to be something that might be beneficial to you. So, moving forward, these next two cards are going to be your animal energy cards, and they are what your spirit guides want you to utilize, like what energy they want you to have when this situation comes forth in your life. And we have the Ace of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful for these cards. So first getting into this, we have this little beautiful firefly energy, and this is all talking about lighting the way. And this also has to do with the moon in a sense. I mean, look at that. It's almost like the moonlight guiding you, like I said. But you can light the way. Your intuition is very, very good. You have a very, very good sense of judgment. You're a very good sense of character, and you know what is going to be correct and right for you. So definitely don't be afraid as you go towards your passions and the things that you feel very proud of. Go towards these things, hit the ground running. Don't burn yourself out too soon. Don't give yourself cramps, like neck cramps, trying to reach these things if you can't reach them. You know what I mean? Like, take it one step at a time, take baby steps. But, your intuition is going to really light the way, and you're going to know what to do. You're going to know what to do here, and it's going to be effortless, on your part. At least it's going to look that way. Maybe even to other people, they're going to be like, wow, they really turned that around, and you're really going to be admired for that. But this is talking about that you have everything that you need. You have all the resources you need already within you. You're very smart. You're very intuitive. You're just incredible. So you have all that you need to be able to go into new situations and to experience new opportunities. You can go into, anywhere, and you'll be fine. Trust that. Trust your intuition. Trust yourself. And with this Three of Pentacles, with this giraffe energy, it's like I said, it's all about making sure that you can reach these and not going for something that's even higher up than you can even reach. You know what I mean? Don't overwork yourself. Don't stress yourself out. Don't make yourself have a pain in the neck because you're trying to get things that are right out of your reach. Go towards the vines that are a little lower until you grow up to that level. Because you are still growing. You're always growing and learning and evolving. So definitely be kind to yourself and be gentle with yourself as you grow and learn. And accept help from others as well. I want to say here is definitely with the Three of Pentacles. Traditionally, I think of, teamwork, friendship, getting together with close friends. So definitely, make sure that you keep lighthearted during this, and you're okay with people, giving you help and assistance during this, because it is quite hard, especially if this is something that you've been, maybe ignoring or putting off because maybe it makes you feel a little anxious, or it makes you feel, nervous, because it's a scary thing to really not know what to do in a way about a situation. But do your best. Do your best. Work your hardest. Just give it your all, and know that at the end of the day, you gave it your all and you used your intuition to its fullest extent. Go towards the things that make you genuinely happy and make you feel like light the fire under you and make you feel excited to be alive. So yeah, definitely keep that energy involved. So for your next few cards, we had quite a few pop out here. This is going to just be what is going to be happening when the situation arises. So for you, we have the Three of Swords in reverse. Woohoo, the best way to get this card. And then we also have the Page of Wands, the Nine of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Wands. Ooh, lots of wands. Are you a fire sign? Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, are you a fire sign? And also a Seven of Cups. You don't have to be, but I'm just loving it. Okay, so wow, let's get right into this. First off, I'm actually going to put them like this so we have a little more room. First off, I feel like you're coming out of heartbreak. You're coming out of hard times. You're coming out of times that really maybe made you have like heart palpitations because it was so much. It was so much to deal with. And, you're really coming out of this time of heartache and heartbreak and hardship, and you're wanting to start anew on something that you're really passionate about. It could be a passionate new relationship, but I feel like it's more along the lines of maybe a hobby or a career. I think that maybe, you're going to be offered the opportunity perhaps to study under someone, or, perhaps to apprentice or to work with someone that you're very, very, you look up to, maybe a role model or just even someone that you admire a lot. But you're definitely going to be going towards things that you feel passionate about, regardless of if there's other people or not. You're going to be doing it. You're going to be potentially taking up new hobbies or new studies or new interests, just things that really get you interested and get you like, wow, this is why I'm alive, and straying away from those heavier energies. Because here we have the Nine of Wands in reverse, and this is almost like saying, hey, at times you feel like you're defeated. At times you feel like you can't even stand up with this, like with this problem that you need to solve. It's almost like overwhelming, like you can't even breathe. You know what I mean? Like you don't even, you just can't, because this is, hey, he's up, he's still walking, he's pretty bandaged, he's pretty wounded, but he's still going, but with it in reverse, it's almost like, no, I don't even know, like, if I want to continue putting this off. It could be that's why that Seven of Wands is in reverse, if that's like, those go together, in a way, because it's almost like maybe you feel defeated when you put that off, when you put off the problems or put off solving it because you don't know what to do. So definitely you're going to come up with something, but definitely you're going to have options. And you're going to be very happy. You're going to be very passionate. You're going to move towards the things that you like. Like maybe you're going to discover like, hey, I really like gardening. And then you're going to just dive into it. And maybe you're going to become a gardener as a profession or whatever. It's going to just be a hobby. But because of this hobby, you have all of these new cups. You have all of these new opportunities, all these new doors open for you. It's almost like, as well as you start knitting and suddenly everyone wants to buy, your wares, and you're like, wow, but, with that can come a little bit of a confusion with what you want to do again. So make sure that you've learned, with this moon, it's almost like you're going to be gifted with like divine intuition to where you know what it is that you want, what it is that you need to do, like your life path, things like that. So make sure that when you're feeling confused and things like that, you rely on your intuition and you rely on things that make sense to you, things that have always made sense to you, and things maybe even if you're struggling with what to do for career, even, for a select few of you, I feel like it might be career. But if you're struggling with like bills or something and you're trying to figure out career, like what you want to do for the long haul, or what you want to might blah, 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 blah. What was that? Oh my gosh. But yeah, maybe you might want to just consider thinking about what it is that you really liked as a child. As children, we're pretty in tune with ourselves. We still know like what it is that we want without like society saying like, oh no, you can't be the Hamburglar because, why not? Societal rules, I guess. And, if that made you happy as a kid, you go for it. I mean, don't actually do that, but don't actually be the Hamburglar. But, you go after whatever it is, like, fearlessly and fast and go towards it, without, without worry. Because you've been in such heavy energies that you should just be going with the flow. You should just be having fun, and you should be going towards things that make you excited. It's almost like, one problem turns into one, like another. And it's almost like a snowball effect at times. So definitely make sure that you handle your situations like when you feel the time is right. Only you will know. And you'll know what the right way to handle this situation is. Just rely on your intuition and rely on yourself. And this is going to bring you a lot of success and a lot of knowledge and possibly a lot of contacts. You might meet a lot of people through this, through a hobby or something like that. You might even travel. You might be, maybe you're going to go into conventions, or something along those lines even, when this situation is all solved and you can start having fun. But definitely make sure that you solve your problems with your intuition and, using that to its fullest abilities. That's why it is there for you, to be used. And yeah, so it's good though to see that you're coming out of heartbreak. It's definitely good to see that. And it's good to see that you're starting to get passionate about something again. It's almost like, look at this. It's almost like you're coming out of heartbreak, you're coming out of hardship. And then it's like baby steps into realizing like, oh, I can be passionate about stuff again. And oh, I like that. And you're feeling very weak and you're feeling very tired, but it's also like, oh my God, there's so much life to live. What am I doing? Like, I need to experience it all. And maybe that's where the confusion is going to lie. It's going to be like, oh my God, there's so much good stuff, but make sure to be careful because, some are definitely better than others. We see this dragon here and, maybe he'd eat you. I don't know. I guess it's up to him, but, make sure that, I'm not going to say to choose wisely because I don't believe in that. I think that the opportunities that we're supposed to have are always going to be there, regardless. I think that they're always going to change and manifest into a different form, but what is supposed to be there for us is going to be there for us regardless. So please don't worry about it. And don't worry about missed opportunities or anything like that, especially if you have taken time out for yourself for heartbreak. Ooh, it could be that this moon is here because you've had to go inwards for, maybe there was a deceitful situation in a relationship that you had to cut out even for some of you. But yeah, I definitely see it as a good thing, though, that you're becoming more passionate, that you're going to take baby steps. Find what it is that really makes you happy again, especially, in this situation. I feel like maybe even your hobbies will help solve this problem. Like for some of you, especially, I'm getting like your hobbies will help pay the bills if you're struggling with that. I know I keep saying that, but there's someone out there that needs to hear that. Like, come on, Debbie, start sewing those anime dresses. Like, get those going. But honestly, like, I think that would be really good. Make sure that you are very aware of the fact, though, that you have a lot of options as well, and to be honest with yourself about each option. Like, do I really need this snake in a cup? Maybe. I like snakes. So, and they're also like wisdom, maybe he's going to offer you some really wise stuff. Do you really need this dark, ominous tower? I mean, it's completely up to you at the end of the day, but, go towards the things that make you excited. I'd probably get the snake. Or like those candies. I think they're beads, but I like them as candies. Yeah, that's where I'd go. But yeah, so for your last card, for your overall outcome, we have death. And this is number 13. And do not be scared. This could just be, okay, first of all, the death of the problem. First of all, of a problem that you've been struggling with for a while. It's going to die. It's going to be gone. That's that, you know. But this card for me is all about transformation. Transform yourself into whoever you want to be with this, you know. It's kind of like shedding your skin as a snake. Remember, see the snake here? Imagine him shedding his skin. That's this. You know, that's why we see this skeleton here without any skin. He's shed his skin and he's continuing on, you know, onto the next journey, onto the next path, wherever he wants to go. You know, death is a lot like a butterfly that is going through the motions of becoming a caterpillar and then a butterfly. You know, it's completely different. You know, the butterfly has to learn how to use its legs. You know, its long, spindly legs. And, you know, it has to learn how to eat differently. And, you know, it's a big shakeup. It's the same as, you know, maybe moving house. It's the death of saying goodbye to your old house, but knowing that you're moving to a better house that maybe suits your needs more than the old one. You know what I'm saying? This is all about maybe even leveling up, you know, if you relate to that sort of like an analogy. But yeah, this is definitely all about transformation, and you can become anything you want to be, anyone you want to be. You know, you can transform your problems and your situations into something better, and into something for the greater good. You know, not everything has to be completely bad. Everything has somewhat of a silver lining to it at the end of the day. So definitely, yeah, make sure to take time for the things that you like. Take time for yourself as well, self-care. But definitely make sure, like, you know, if you like playing darts, go after that. You know, hey, more power to you. But, you know, go after the things that, you know, that you're good at too. Because I feel like whatever this is, you're really good at it. And it's almost like for some of you, you're going to take something up and it's going to be something that you didn't even expect that you'd be good at, and that you didn't expect even in the future that you could like make all these options and opportunities from. But I think that it's going to be something that you're going to be pleasantly surprised with, and you're going to jump in full force and be like, okay, I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm doing this now. You know, like, that's that, you know. So definitely have hope and have faith and trust that everything's going to turn out. Just make sure that, especially if you're feeling a little stuck, you know, maybe your hobbies are going to help you through this, you know, in the sense that if it's not bill related, it's going to help you clear your mind and give you clarity to the point where you can get past the heartbreak or the anxiety or the worry, and you can focus on the main problem. So yeah, definitely be truthful with yourself and be truthful about your situation. And yeah, just transform and let everything be, and make sure you rely on your intuition, because you have an incredible intuition. You know, make sure that you trust it, and make sure to take note of, you know, different little things like that, because hey, maybe you do really good with a pack of tarot cards, or, you know, with a little pendulum or something along those lines. So yeah, definitely go after things that enlighten you and make you excited. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this. I hope that this resonated. Make sure to leave a like and a comment down below if it did, and make sure to subscribe if you have not already. I love hearing from you guys, so definitely comment. And yeah, my beautiful sister, by the way, Divine Destiny Tarot here on YouTube, makes videos daily, so please make sure to check her out. I will link her channel in the comments down below, in where I put like the time frame, as well as like just a rescue that I really, really, really like to donate to, and I hope that you will like to donate to as well. But yeah, if you want a personal reading as well, my Etsy is linked in my description box down below, and you can go on there and book a reading with me. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you in the next pick a card reading. Okay, bye!